This is Heart2Heart with Ungal Happy. Stay relevant or perish. A famous saying in corporate life. We all need to continuously stay relevant or we become redundant. But is this applicable only in corporate life? The moment we hear the word redundant, we all relate it to workplace. Yes, redundancy happens in workplace and people lose their jobs. Now that is something that we all know and we understand that various corporate jargons like reskilling, upskilling, cross-skilling, innovation, growth mindset, etc. to cultivate the habit of staying relevant within us. Now I'm not going to speak about workplace, but the various other facets. Are we all staying relevant in the various roles that we play today in our life? Let's explore the topic, are you necessary? We care about those who stay relevant to us, and those to whom we stay relevant care about us. We've seen important people become irrelevant, redundant, sometimes even at home in a family. Why does that happen? If we perform our roles, then we stay relevant and necessary. Agreed. But this was a perception a couple of decades ago, and now it is changing. It is not enough if we just stick to our roles. Yes, we would say relevant and necessary, but insufficient. And that insufficiency over a period of time slowly eats away the aspect of necessity and we become irrelevant and redundant. Okay, ஒரு சில examples நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். ஒரு 2-3 generations முன்னாடி வரைக்கும் the men of the house were expected to go out, earn, come back, eat and sleep. This was the agreed practice. Now you tell me if that would work in times like these. Men are expected to share household work. They are expected to spend time in the kitchen, sit with the kids for their studies. Now, if a man states that I will not be in a position to do all this, I will only earn. Well, he is necessary, but he becomes insufficient. Let's take the example of a woman homemaker. Just to do the housework and cooking, அப்படிங்கிற காலம் எல்லாம் மாறி போய் she needs to be able to drive her kids to school, needs to manage finances at home, manage financial investments for the family, and she also needs to know technology so that she can order stuff online. And all of this just to stay relevant in the current role. இன்னொரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் எடுத்துக்கலாம். When old age sets in, we all think we would become irrelevant and not necessary. Need not be. Upgrade yourself, stay relevant, and do this through reverse mentoring. Reverse mentoring is a concept where aged and experienced folks are mentored by youngsters. Go to your grandchild and ask him or her to teach you how to download an app that you want and also how to use it. You will be pleasantly surprised that they are more than willing to teach you. And in turn, you get updated and you stay more relevant. ஒரு scenario பார்க்கலாம். Assume that there is a granddad who is still using a keypad normal phone. He obviously wouldn't be receiving many calls because it's not possible for people to call someone daily. On the other hand, if the granddad is going to upgrade his normal phone to a smartphone and also knows how to use WhatsApp and Facebook, he immediately gets added to the family groups and he gets to know all the daily happenings of his family across the globe. He gets to see the family pictures, he gets to be part of the events, he receives greetings on important days and events, and more importantly, he reinvents himself and stays more relevant. Okay, now what all should we do and who would tell us? No one. You need to realize and learn continuously. It is not always about the result, but about the process. And if the process is right, then the outcome takes care of itself. Reflect on what you're doing Have rigor in what you're doing and recognize that you are not alone in it. There is help if you know how to ask. We need to reimagine and reinvent not just the skills at the workplace, but also our social skills. The world is going to be very different in the future, and the roles that we play is also going to be very different. Let's take the example of the current pandemic. Were we all ready for it? No, but those who were able to adapt to the new normal faster definitely found the going easy in comparison to those who kept cribbing about what they lost. Are we ready for the new world? Not as yet. But is today the right day to start? Yes, it is. No one is going to make us relevant or necessary. We need to do it ourselves. And that begins with a change in our attitude. We need to have the growth mindset to ensure we are a better person today than what we were yesterday. And we need to take the first step to make ourselves relevant and necessary. We may not be necessary where we are today, but we need to ensure we become necessary wherever we are tomorrow. While you reflect on this, I'm signing off. This is Heart to Heart with Ungal RP.